Yo, what's up, Flock? Look, I know we hot. I know we pissed about everything that just went down today. We got robbed. We didn't get DK. The Steelers are signing our guys left and right. But unless you had an extra 35, uh, unless you had an extra 35 million just laying around, we knew some of these guys were going to go. Some of the things we're going to talk about tonight. Let's get it. Let's go.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the home of original sports perspective, from our couch to yours. It's your Couch Rider Raven, and that's not Cam Rue, that is Cam Run, who happens to be up because we are up before bedtime. So we're going before bedtime tonight. So you might see a couple of critters running across the screen, maybe saying goodnight or whatever. Shout out to my daughter Kira. It's her birthday. So please, give her a like just for the birthday. I'd appreciate it. I'm pretty sure she'll see the likes in the morning. Hey, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. All right, let's talk about it, folks. When it comes to, apparently I'm being joined tonight. Okay. Yes. So when it comes to I lost my train of thought. When it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, the fans are wild. We overreact. We do craziness. And today was no different. There's a lot of craziness said. We're probably going to have a What the Flock session tonight. It's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. All right, so let's see who's in the room, who made it first. Looks like Brooke is in the building. Cameron, say what's up to Brooke.
What's up? Where's the guy who said that Baker who was he? Who was the guy who said that Baker was better than
He hadn't been on the show in a while, but he's a Cleveland Browns fan, and we'll talk to him soon. I'm pretty sure he's putting his daughters to bed as well. So anywho, all right. So like I said, Ravens fans, we kind of went off the hinges. Y'all was a little hot. First things first, that happened was, Patrick McCarry and Brandon Stevens, then Malik Harris, and then Chris Bohr. But we'll get into that in just a moment. As far as motivational moment or motivational thought. And maybe I brought this up before, but I'll bring it up again because I feel like there's so many times in life where joy can be had and not stolen. And you can do that and have that joy by not throwing your pearls down to the swine. And what I mean by that, not saying it down to somebody else's level when you recognize that you are special, that you are valued, and that you mean something to this world and you mean something to your family and your friends. Why throw those precious pearls down to somebody who's not worth your time? I want you to take a look in the mirror tonight before you go to bed and recognize that you have value, that you mean something, and that you're going to be on your way to meeting your goals as long as you keep trying. And I just encourage you, shout out to those who need to hear this. Just know that you have something special about you that is unique for this world and for those that you come across. Use it, inspire somebody else, and help lift them up. I share those things with you, knowing that you're going to be great. That's your motivational moment, folks. All right. Let's see here. Brooke says hi. And then Brooke also says, do you think Ravens fans will be used to doing nothing in free agency? The average Ravens fan, if I did a scene, fire EDC, fire Harbaugh, fire the janitor. Everybody's getting fired. Look, they want somebody fired. What do you want me to do? They want somebody in here. They want to fire. No, that one's old. It's really old. It's got probably got some dust all over it. Yeah. They want somebody's head because of the smallest things happening that are out of our control. And when it comes to things that are out of our control, like Cam, you never know when this guy's going to pop up. He'll pop up pretty soon. Hopefully, he's here tonight. Brooke says she's cool because Brandon is gone. So, Cameron has to come on the show around about 8, so he should be here shortly. But when it comes to this dude, he's over here just perpetrating on the show here. So we got ours too. We got our mug. Anyway. So Ravens fans, they overreact. We tend to overreact because right now the only money that we had available, we used some of it to sign Ronnie Stanley. And that was not a cheap deal. When you're looking at the money that's in that deal, we're talking about $22 million the first year, $22 million the second year, and I think 20 after that for the third year, or it might be 18 after that for the third year. That's a lot of money that the Ravens have to figure out how to move around in different directions in order to move other players onto this roster. Brooke says, I'm going to go get Cam Root. Okay, you do that. Big Reg is here. He says, what's good, everybody? And overreact to what free agency has been absolutely perfect. And overreact to what? So, I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So Stanley should have given us a discount. He owed us. But the thing is, when you are highly coveted as far as free agency lists, and this list of free agents wasn't magnificent, which is why you're seeing guys like Pat McCarry get $12.5 million a year, because Ravens just happen to develop players. Everybody else is like, hey, we want a piece of these guys who happen to go to the divisional round, or probably a piece of those guys who were in the divisional championship, in the conference championship the year previous. So they're seeing guys who know how to win, who know how to do decent technique, who know how to follow the process and follow the scheme that John Harbaugh has come up with. And I know as much as y'all hate John Harbaugh, I feel y'all out there really hate Harbaugh wasn't fired. He is teaching.
What did Harbaugh do?
He does everything. Apparently, they think that this guy is the reason that we can't get another janitor. I mean, it's just what it is. They argue about Harbaugh.
They probably have more janitors than they have people, than they have seats in the stadium.
Yeah. So anyway, back to it. Big Red says, nah, you got to pay the man to protect the main man. Yes. So guess who else that main man had an opportunity to protect, or he would have if the Ravens did not roll out the Brinks truck and back that thing up to the to M&T Bank Stadium or to the Castle or wherever Stanley happened to be at the moment. This dude would have been in Kansas City playing for this bums team over here. He would have been a Chiefs fan. He would have been a Chief, and that would have the last thing we need is having that much protection for Pat Mahomes.
That's the first thing we need.
Look, because Pat got his cookie stole in the Super Bowl by that monster defensive line from the Eagles. Look, sir, I'm just pointing out the facts.
By a toe.
Yeah, look, that was last year. We on new stuff. I don't know why you bringing up old stuff, whatever. You just like crushing feelings and crushing souls on this show right here. We trying to recover. It's the off season, sir. It's off season. We all 0-0 right now. Did you win the Super Bowl last year? No, we didn't either. So
but you can't.
No, so I want to hear it.
We made it further than you.
No, it don't matter. Guess what? When it come down to it, when they do the ring ceremony, they're not gonna say congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles and the runner-up. They just gonna get the rings to the Eagles and they gonna walk off. Everybody gonna congratulate them. They're gonna go about their business. And guess what? You gonna be at? You gonna be over there just like me, looking at the Eagles with their nice shiny ring right there.
Okay, but I can say our team is better than you.
We all 0-0 right now, sir. We are 0-0. All right, Adi says Aaron Rodgers plus Metcalf plus Pickens can be really good, or they can be need to hire Mary Poppins to calm down the malcontents by midseason. Look, I am fully, yes, this statement 100% a deep. Man, this is a dumpster fire waiting to happen when it comes to Pittsburgh because one, there's not enough ball to go around for all of these guys. Pause.
Does
Two,
pineapple belong on pizza and is a hot dog a sandwich?
don't start this mess. We've discussed this, and everybody knows the answers, the correct answers. But
Hey, there might be new people who haven't watched that video yet.
yes, but we are focused on Aaron Rodgers right now and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So when it comes to, don't do it. Aaron Rodgers and Metcalf and Pickens. We already know the personality that Metcalf has. We know the toxic personality that Aaron Rodgers has in this organization. And we already know that don't nobody want to face DK Metcalf in the shots. He will beat you up. So adding those three different types of personalities into one locker room, things could get really nasty. And for Tomlin, for instance, I mean, hopefully Tomlin is smart enough to recognize that Aaron Rodgers is a toxic person and will get him fired by week 3. Happened before. So, with that said, should we be really upset about DK Metcalf signing with the Steelers? It would have been nice for him to be a Raven. It would have. But not at $30 million. The Steelers have $60 million to burn. They got $6 million to play with. You know how much we had to play with? Maybe $10 million. And after Stanley, we didn't have that. So just keep that in mind. Keep that sensible mentality when it comes to these players. For the total of the guys that we lost today. And these are not, most of them aren't starters. Malik Harrison, he had some time as a starter, but ultimately, would you give this guy the green dot on your team? I mean, I know he plays in a different position just right beside the mic, but he's getting paid $5 million to play right alongside Pat Queen. They may have some chemistry. They may make it work. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. And then there's Chris Board, who ended up showing up for us. He looked good, and he went and got his bag. We can't afford $6 million a year, folks. Brandon Stevens, he fleeced the Jets. 100% fleeced the Jets and got them for $12 million a year. If anything, good on him. I'm happy for the dude to get his bag because he wasn't going to get that type of money here. Like I said, all in all, $36 million is what we would have needed in order to secure those guys when we can replenish through the draft and through the back later rounds of free agency. Whenever the second and third wave come through, we can start getting players on cheaper deals. Little $2 million $2 million a year here, little $2 million there. Something along the lines to keep the salary cap happy, but still maintaining the all-stars that we have on the squad.
Okay, would you call a hot dog a one meat, or like?
Sorry,
is a
guys.
hot dog its own meat, or is it multiple meats? And we're not talking beef hot dogs. We're talking normal hot dogs.
We pause our normal program to get this moment of controversy out of the way.
You just have a banner for that.
Well, yeah. So, what was the question?
Okay. Is a hot dog its own meat? Is a hot dog its own type of meat? And we're not talking about beef hot dogs. Or is it multiple meats? Like, what would you say, in your opinion?
I'd say it's a combination of a little bit of everything. I feel like it's just like the scraps of every other animal out there in the processing factory that just gets molded into one big pot and then formed and shaped into hot dogs.
I would say it's its own type of meat because it's not one meat. Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure so you talking about, I mean, we know beef comes from cows, right?
Yeah.
We know chicken comes from where?
Chicken.
Where did hot dog come from?
Yeah, where does it come from?
It is a family reunion of a ton of meat, son.
Okay.
And I think
why does meat called pig meat? Why is it called pork or bacon?
Because there's so many different parts of the pig that you want to eat. Everything from the rooter to the tutor is edible.
It should
On the
just
pig.
be called pig.
But would you call bacon pig?
Yes.
Okay. What else would you call part of the pig?
Pork.
Okay. Is that still, are you just going to call that pig too?
Yeah.
But it'd be a little bit confusing. If I come up with a pork chop versus a slice of bacon,
Pig fat and pig.
it would just be all, you just confusing the world now. The world needs to be able to define a pork butt from a pork rind. They need to know the difference between mountain nuts and bacon. Bacon and chitlins.
Okay. Yeah.
Pork sausage. Pork chop.
But are you gonna call a duck egg a duck egg, or are you just gonna call it an egg? Because there's literally no difference between a duck egg and a chicken egg, besides what they have.
Sir, I'm losing viewers. we need to go. All right, Cameron said he's coming. I guess it's good. All right, so we are back on this here. All right, so everybody's hitting the panic button right now. Kids are hollering, sirens going off. It's a little wild. What are we going to do about Pat McCarry? What happens when Pat McCarry signs with the Jags for $12.5 million? Oh my gosh, he actually did. So,
why would he sign with the Jags? The Jags suck.
Well, I mean, not everybody knows that the Jags are the Jags. Some people, they find hope and they find money in different places. Now, Cameron, the formula is first you go get the ring, then you go get the contract. If you can't get the ring, then you still go get the contract. But in order to get the contract, you got to go to the team with the money. The team with the money, more than likely,
is garbage.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Wait, can you put the cash out?
Okay, so my son wants to get paid here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this Cash App up. You guys feel in your heart to donate, please do so. You can do that on the Super Chats, or you can do the Cash App here because he wants his money for his snacks, sodas, this, that, and the other. Or you can have fun in my retirement. Whatever. Either way. All right, so back to it. So like I said, we are wondering, what are we going to do without Pat McCarry? McCarry did start some of the time for the Ravens as the left guard, and he did decent because Marvin still able to get over those magnificent plays that almost got him MVP, right? Pat McCarry was in the game. Now, I feel a certain way about Pat McCarry because of the Bills divisional game from a couple of years ago with the snaps that went over the top of the head. I still, it's hard to forget. Sometimes you just hold on to this and it sticks to your ribs. You just feel it in your soul that you can't just forgive this guy because he caused Lamar to get a concussion. And, it really was a turning point of the game when we had those snaps that were flipped over the head. And I'm bringing up a divisional game from a couple of years ago, not the one from now. But anyway, Pat's gone, and I'm not saying good riddance because he was a serviceable player, but I am glad that he was able to get a bag elsewhere and fool the Jags. Okay, with him gone, then we have somebody who actually did show up tonight, and that is Cam Rue. So we'll see what is going on with his video in here in just a second, and we'll invite him to the room.
He's probably eating. He always is. Whenever he's on the show, he's eating.
Yeah, McCarry was a penalty machine. I agree. ID says Najee Harris to the Chargers 1 year, $9.5 million. So him and J.K. Dobbins that actually looks like a really good 1-2 punch considering Greg Roman is over there and they focus on the ground game. I honestly, if I was beefing up the Chargers, I'm signing Stephon Diggs because we already know Johnson over there catches, he got hands like feet. And the boy can't catch work. I'm telling you, he can't catch a cold. Can't catch nothing. So you need to get him some help. And Diggs is possibly still on the market unless somebody announces it here in the room. I wouldn't mind seeing Diggs in the Ravens jersey. But like I keep telling y'all, we ain't got no money. We broke. Broke. Got nothing. Probably less than 10 million right now. And y'all want to try to sign a player. These players want 1 year deals so they can prove what they can prove to another team so they can get another bag. If you try to treat them like a prisoner and capture them for more than 1 year, they're going to want more money, which we don't have unless we sit here and do some finagling and put it on a void year. Y'all know what happened with that Odell Beckham contract. We are still paying for that Odell Beckham contract because of the dead money that laid out about 4 years. And sure, he did a restructure, but right before he left. But that hurt. That hurt to sign an $18 million receiver for 1 year, but have 3 extra void years sit on top of that. Insane.
I
Okay.
think we finally got rid of Will.
Yeah, 36 mil over 3 years is crazy. All right. What's crazy is we got a show at 8. We over here doing a show at 8:20, and Cam Rue is here. And Brooke beat you to the room, just so you know. Ladies and gentlemen, the myth, the legend, the man, Cam Rue. What's good, man?
Nasty work.
Right?
Nasty
I'm sitting here
work.
looking at it. And I know you gotta be mad because I didn't get you your guy yet. He gone.
Huh?
Your boy, he gone.
Who?
Your boy Malik.
Nah. That's what I was trying to figure out. I said, who you talking about? Who the fallout? I'm not even mad at anybody. I'm not mad at anybody trying to get their money. What's up, everybody? Thank you, Brooke, for holding me down. What up, Cam?
So we had a very long moment
Yes.
of controversy.
I'm just trying
To my brain
why he's
thoughts.
here. Like, he's not going to. They don't need him at inside linebacker. They got like 3 dudes behind Patrick Queen that they running with, and they just drafted Wilson, better than Malik in the pass game. So I'm wondering if they're gonna have him at the edge. Nasty work. What up, Adeep?
What's crazy is you put the
Huh?
it's like what's crazy is you have the as soon as you get this guy in, or of course the Steelers organization, you're gonna be draining him for information of everything that he learned about
But it
this
ain't gonna
Ravens
matter.
defense.
He gotta if you drain him, he still gotta worry about keeping a job. So it ain't gonna. That's what I'm saying. Like I get it. It happens in the division. Sorry, cut you off. It happens in the division, but I want to get like. I wonder if his agent said just hop on this. 'Cause I don't think he's gonna get better than this, or go someplace where you can get a chance to start. Like he could have. If he went to San Francisco, he got a chance to get some type of burn at linebacker because they just now hold on. He still could remember Zadarius Smith did this to us a couple years ago. So nothing's finalized for Wednesday. So he could wind up going someplace else. If I was him, I would. Because I want
At
to get
least
some,
give the Ravens an opportunity to match the offer.
get a chance to somebody or give him a chance. Like listen, we tell you, look, we're gonna give you a chance. It's 2 for 10 million, right? He's
Right.
not starting. Are you just? He's not starting. That's why I feel bad for him. You know what I mean?
And my thing is, I hope he does start because we know how he is in pass coverage. I'm gonna just be honest.
Pass coverage is boo boo.
Yeah, it was a little bad out there. So if he does, then we got tight ends and slot receivers that are gonna eat him alive.
There's only one linebacker, only one player that's ever gone from Baltimore to Pittsburgh and did well, and that was James Harrison. But James Harris wasn't he wasn't drafted by us. He was a free agent, and we cut him, and then we put him in when they had the European League for us, and then brought him back, and then they released him again. So I don't know. Maybe they're gonna move him to the outside. Maybe they're gonna move because I think he'd be better edge than he'd be at linebacker. I don't think he's not gonna start. They got Wilson as a 2nd round draft pick, bro, last year, and he's good in coverage. He needs to just put some weight on to be every down linebacker with PQ, if that's what they're gonna do, or they're gonna keep the rotation.
So what are we gonna do with our linebackers? I mean, I'm sitting here seeing 2 of our linebackers that were decent depth for us gone.
On board?
Yeah, Giants signed board for $6 million.
I'm not mad at him.
And I'm like happy he got his bag because I'm like you wasn't gonna get that here.
Well, that's the 2nd time though he got a chance because he got his bag at Detroit. Yeah, he went to Detroit and got his bag. Like I don't know. I guess that's a good. Yeah, I'm happy when players that leave us actually, even like with PQ going there to Pittsburgh, when you get your dough that you work. I think Boyd is worth more than that, more than $6 million. I think Malik is worth more than 10. You see what I'm saying? Especially the fact that they've shown that they can start. Like,
Mhm.
you still going there as a backup. Like Brandon Stevens, they were. I mean, I heard rumblings about Brandon even before today. They were saying somebody's like, "Yo, he's gonna get paid because even though he didn't play that well this year, he
Mhm.
was great in coverage. Like as far as like he was sticky in coverage. Now he just going. They're going to really make things better for him because they're going to probably figure they can bring the other the best out of him as far as like when he's playing man to man and when he's playing zone.
They probably gonna teach him how to turn their head around.
You got Glenn. Glenn was a monster when he played ball, so you're gonna help him. You know.
Yeah, and I feel like they're going to teach him how to get their head turned around. They're going to teach him because they are a team that likes to blitz and likes to actually play a man coverage. And I think that's where Stevens he is on people like paint. It's just the final piece of the technique of getting that head around to make the plays, and that can make the difference between a full on all star or somebody who's getting exposed. And so I think he's gonna do okay. I'm not saying he's gonna be top notch, top world 2023 Brandon Stevens, but I am saying he's going to be better than this past year.
Well,
I think he recognizes the holes in this game right now and recognizes there's a lot of talk on Twitter. If he scrolls to Twitter right now, he's probably got enough fuel to put that chip on his shoulder to go to work.
I don't know another corner. What's the last corner that left us and got that type of deal that was drafted by us?
There was a guard who went
No,
to
I'm just saying.
Denver.
No. I'm just saying. No, I'm not talking about Ben Powell. I'm not talking about any position. I'm just saying corner in general. Usually, we don't let corners walk,
We usually don't.
and then
What Harbaugh always says, we can't have enough corners.
right. But if we do let them walk, it's because we know we got something back behind the, or we got other players behind them.
Yeah.
On the
You
same.
think this is the opportunity? This is the last chance for Jalen Armour-Davis to show up?
Yeah, and it's Tampa. TJ Tampa was a top 10 prospect as far as the corners coming out last year. So we got real lucky in grabbing both him and Nate Wiggins. If Tampa gets the opportunity and he shows he can, he may be that one,
Hey, Brooke, I mean, I'm with you, but you gotta look at the bag. The bag was ridiculous. I mean, with what we were going to offer, and I can imagine what we were going to offer. We are probably going to offer something around 2.5, maybe $3 million.
I don't think we offered anything yet because who have they extended or reconstructed on the team?
Yeah, just Stanley.
Yeah, but he was projected as a free agent.
Yeah.
For us to sign him, we had to reconstruct somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Who did they reconstruct? That's what
And done nothing yet. And I think that honestly, I think they're probably looking at Mandrews right now, saying, "Hey, look, we need to work something. We need to work something."
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Deed says, "Do we bring back Duvernay?" What are your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't mind, but I want to bring back Tyler Wallace. I mean, I in my opinion, I think that he's proven that if he getting the opportunity, he can be our third receiver. He did better than Nelly did with his opportunities. And Nelly was our third receiver. That's why when people were like, "Oh, I wouldn't mind bringing back Tylen as the fourth, fifth receiver." But are you looking at all the all the big games now? Like
The Cincinnati game, yeah, the Chargers game. I mean,
the Chargers game. The last game of the season against Buffalo. Like he shows up. He just need more time. He wants to come back.
rookie trivia.
Okay, I have a moment of controversy.
No more controversies.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Vervori says, does Trent Simpson get a second chance to start or draft, or should we draft?
Both.
I think, yeah, I do think the drafting of competition. I did see a guy that I was excited about. Pause. His name is Jeffrey Bassa from Oregon, and this is more of a situation where I'm thinking life after Roquan, right?
Right.
So this is a very instinctual run blitzer. He fights to the trash. He wears the green dot. He's used to that. Good in pass coverage. I think he's got great vision. You can see he waits. He's waiting for the play to come to him. At times when he's not run blitzing, he's got the smarts to wait till the play comes for him. He breaks down, good tackling skills. I was excited about Jeffrey Bassa from Oregon. And I
I,
think once Roquan is gone, Roquan will have mentored this guy to take over his position if he comes to
I
Baltimore.
don't think Roquan going anywhere. Roquan only 27 years old.
Simpson.
He got a long time before he going anywhere. It's gonna be a while. I didn't know Roquan was that young. He's only 27.
Where'd you get the jersey from? I just saw this. That boy so flip flop.
Hey, hold on. Aren't you a Kansas City fan, Cam? What you doing?
I was saying, you see him over here drinking.
Oh man! All right.
I went upstairs.
You're an honorary Baltimore Ravens fan. Baltimore
Yeah,
Ravens fan. So he
Up in your closet.
I saw that.
he get a pass. He get the pass. He get the pass.
So what do you think's on the back of that jersey?
Number 10.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Troy Smith, but
Turn around.
that's only 10 I was popping for real. Boy, so I'm just thinking like Troy Smith. I don't know. I wouldn't mind bringing back Duvernay though, but again, he's both of them. Like you got both of the thing that they don't talk about is that because everybody's like, I saw a couple people like, yo, we should get DK, which if we got him, I'm good with it. But at the same time, like, why get him when he's not going to be the third receiver?
Yeah, I was like, you can't pay 14 at the time. I was thinking like maybe get him for 14, but now he got 30. You can't pay $30 million for a guy who's going to be the number 3.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. So if you got him, if you got him here, and he want to be the number 1 receiver, we're doing great now. I really feel like we've been doing these past couple of years. We've been doing great in developing our own receiving core. Draft who you want, and I think we have some pieces. That's why I said bring Tylen back because he started showing once you get the opportunity. They know how talented he is. The coaches talk about it. Zay talked about it. Rashad talked about it. Lamar talked about it. They know how They know how talented he is. They said, man, he's just waiting for his chance. Like he's that. I think he reminds me truly of another version of Steve Smith. Mm-hmm. He's strong at the point and catch, and if you get the ball, he's liable to break it. He's a good yacker. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that's supposed to come out, but he's good with the yak after the catch.
So I feel like when it comes to Tylen, I'm pretty sure ADC set him down and was like, look, you're a good player. We want you back here, but we want you to go and see what type of offers you can get out there. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he's testing the market to see what his worth is right now and seeing if EDC can match that. And of course, just like these other guys, they probably were told the same thing. Go look and see your value, and then let's talk. And then probably was a little bit too much to talk about when it came to these other guys. Maybe not for Tylen. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where to get the money from. Like I know we got more money because of the fact that the salary went up as far as with all the teams.
Speaking on something that you said like a few weeks ago, California does not deserve 3 teams. Take away 2 and give 1 to Hawaii and give 1 to Nebraska.
Okay. He wants football moved elsewhere. That's funny.
Yeah, because all the other states that have a team only have 1. And why is California so special?
Because they
get 3.
And because without football teams, that whole economy would just crash. So yeah, they got 3 teams.
Well, they needed to crash. Their tax rate is way too high.
Look, sir, we're gonna let you run for governor later on, and but right now we back to the show. All right, so Brooks says that 49ers released Juice, as in Kyle Juszczyk. What do you think on that?
That's a surprise, probably because they can't pay him.
Yeah, I imagine it. Sometimes some of these fullbacks they definitely outplay their value, or outplay their current value on the team.
Yeah. That's the only reason I could see why they let him go.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll be back there. I think they just gotta restructure some things.
Yeah, speaking of restructure, I think the 49ers are they're basically going into rebuild mode by getting rid of Debo, and then of course getting rid of the weapon in Juszczyk. I think that's a sign like, hey, they are definitely trying to rebuild this team, and it's probably gonna be some throwaway years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Brooke says she's not a fan of, or she's a fan of Dube, so she wouldn't mind having him back. It's just like Dube had that explosiveness. I want to say 2 years ago, and then he was showing he was him in camp a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what happened?
Odell and Nelly. That's what happened.
And so then he goes to the Jaguars, and Parker Washington happens. One of the players I was crazy about. Huh?
But they didn't need him there. They didn't. I don't even know why. Again, it's like you're going for the bag, but
I think you might need
when you go when people go certain places, I'm trying to figure out if it's because the agent is telling them, or are they actually looking at other teams and trying to figure out who they have there at their position, and am I really needed?
I think they see the bag and they don't really thinking about the long term like value.
Right.
Because honestly, we knew that he wasn't climbing to the top of the depth chart when the Jags drafted an LSU player to be their top wide receiver. And
Right.
then you also had Kirk over there, but Kirk's now a Houston Texan.
Right.
But because of the arrival of Parker Washington. So you got
Right.
Parker Washington, help me out. You got the wide receiver from LSU. What was his name?
Thomas.
Yes. You got Brian Thomas Jr. So Brian Thomas is over there. You got Parker Washington. It really doesn't have too much room for Duvernay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, who knows? They might take another swing at receiver in the draft.
Okay,
I'm
curious.
But anyway, so we're
now.
moving on to this Tuck stuff here. Surprising, no word on Tuck and Andrews. With Tuck, that's investigation based, and we never know what's going to come of that. What we do know is that the Baltimore Ravens will draft a kicker this time around. And as sad as it is to see Tuck, move on to a different situation, possibly, it's time. It is time. What are your thoughts?
I pretty much agree with what you're saying.
All right. As far as Andrews, though, I'm hoping that they figure out how to make him stay. I mean, you look at
1 year on his contract. I don't know if they're gonna resign him. I think you're only gonna resign one tight end. I don't think you're gonna resign all three of them.
So I'm like, keep him on the contract, give him his $11 million, or figure out how to turn some of that into a bonus check and spread some of it throughout a couple of years.
Yeah, either that or just do that. Yeah, or if you're not gonna give him another year after this, and just turn, like you said, turn it into a signing bonus and restructure it.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the best route to go. That way you can get Likely his money, because we're paying for what Likely is going to do, not necessarily what Likely has done so far.
Well, he hasn't had an opportunity to,
Mm-hmm.
and when he has started, he went 8-0.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing that out there. When he started, we've gone 8-0 Likely. So,
and it's like when I look at a different team in the AFC North, I look at the Bengals.
mhm.
Right now, they're paying $26 million plus for one position, for two players for one position, same position. So one player is getting what, 36 mil, the other player is getting 26 mil. They got the money to do that. That's fine. Those are pass catchers. We have two pass catchers right now that aren't costing nearly as much, and they help Lamar significantly. I feel like having those pass catchers at a cheaper price than getting rid of one of those guys who is Lamar's guy, that hurts the Ravens. I know people don't want to see Andrews still on this team and probably have some frustrations behind the catch or the drop.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, this is a guy who scored 11 touchdowns since week 5, who has been there as a security blanket for Lamar, along with Likely.
Yeah.
And these are the interior targets. Lamar is an interior target guy. It wasn't until this season that we got to really see how things worked with Bateman on the outside.
Yeah.
And while that's exciting, I still think that Andrews has a place in Baltimore, and having that tight end duo is just as dangerous is having those outside wide receivers for some other teams.
So, Dad, has there ever been an assassination?
Hey, Shantae.
Has there ever been an assassination attempt on one of the Ravens players?
What?
You went dark. Why you always just go off script, bro?
Who's assassinating anybody, man?
Assassination to it. There was threats. I mean, Andrew's got threats now to you.
I thought he was talking about a video game. You talking
I
about?
was like, man, where is he going with this? You're watching too many YouTube videos, bro.
We're gonna have to get you off of there. Just football.
Mm-hmm.
Football, man. Is this what happens?
It's still football, though.
No, it's not.
It's not football.
Nobody's
How was that football?
Oh, bro.
It's talking
What are you
about
talking about?
No, you talking about murdering the player. That's not football.
Oh, what's going on, Playboy?
What movie did you watch where a player got shot? Was that what movie is that? Was that
I watched.
it was a movie where like
Cam going through
got a gun, whatever.
because the kid. See, this is what happens when the Chiefs lose.
Yeah.
You can't have this. You can't have this, bro. You got 2 rings. You can't be going through the draws and stuff.
This is what happens when the Chiefs lose. You start going off script.
Yeah, you got all script. It's going crazy. We can't be having this, sir. You got 2 rings at a young age. You got 2 rings.
You never told me to follow any script.
All right. Anyway, so back to the talk. This guy, so the guy receiving death threats, but he's still loved by Ravens flock, and he's still an asset. And yes, we're still mad about the drop, but we still love him. No, still love him. All right, I think Lila's back.
Look, I am not trying to take players out.
He won't be going to him. He won't be going to him when the game's on the line. I'm always going to when the game's on the line. It's the last time. He didn't have.
Yeah, he had his shot.
He really didn't have a choice. Now it's like, yeah, I ain't gonna do this no more, Playboy.
All right, so with these guys exiting, the Ravens should be receiving a couple of, I'd say overall we should get like 4 comp picks. For 4 comp picks for these guys, ranging from anywhere from the
2. Because only 2 of them signed a big deal. It depends on how large the contract is.
Well, I mean, Pat McCarry, he signed a $12.5 million deal, and that's for the Jags. Brandon Stevens, $12 million per year.
Yeah.
Malik signed a 5.
That ain't gonna count.
And depending on the playing time, if he plays 3/4 of the season as a starter, then we're talking at least a 5th. And then Chris Board, if he signs with the Giants for $6 million, put in a starter position, we could probably get a 5th out of that one.
Wait, you talking about jokers that you got? Now, this is the money we talking. Neither one of those jokers is starting.
You gonna put $6.5 million on the bench?
Yeah, he got around the same amount when he was here.
The Ravens player has played for the Ravens.
You talking about Ray, man? Ray played the longest.
Yeah, but how long?
How long Ray played? 1996 all the way up to like 2012. So. All right, let's see. Ravori says, which signing shocked you the most today?
Any team?
Yeah, I guess I don't know if he's talking any team, if he's talking about the Ravens or what Ravens getting stolen.
Well, probably we say it got to be because we didn't do nothing. So, what signing probably Sam Darnold going to Seattle.
Seattle, okay, yeah,
that might have been might be the only one because I know what they're doing over there with Kubiak, and I guess it's a smart move because he was with Kubiak was when he was with San Francisco. Sam was there, but
I don't know. I think the one for me was the movement of a Super Bowl winning quarterback to the Cleveland Browns. You know, Kenny Pickett.
He ain't really no Super Bowl winning quarterback.
He got a ring, but he's as the backup.
Mutton Mix can come back. Mutton Mix can come back in the North. We don't care.
Yeah. So DTR got traded, and I think they gave a 5th round pick and DTR to Philadelphia for Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, that's fine. They swap picks. That's fine. Yeah. I got a feeling that's where Trey Hendrickson's going to Philly.
Yeah.
Shush.
They always find a way. They always find a way.
Let's see. DK the Steelers was I honestly I do think that was a shock. Initially, I was just like, what? Wow, how? And then I looked at their salary cap space.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked. I'm not even disappointed though, because I like DK Metcalf, but I think he's a little bit.
Mhm.
He wasn't the number one target in Seattle.
Who was number one in the set?
Out runner like that. He's a big play. He's a big play waiting to happen.
Who was the number one? Was it Smith and Jigba or was it Lockett?
No, Smith and Jigba.
Okay.
The number one, but he was the most reliable. Great hands. He always getting open. You know what I mean? It just DK. What you gonna do with him and Pickens? Because somebody got to go. Because they got the same attitude. If I don't get the ball, it's a problem.
Talk about Cleveland here, bro.
Yeah, so I think both of them gonna have really terrible attitudes when it comes to the ball, and I think if they got Aaron Rodgers there, it's just one big old pot of mess right there that Tomlin has to figure out how to manage, or he gonna be fired because he invited all these cats here.
Well, the GM probably did.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the new GM is, he's spending dough this time around.
Mm-hmm.
They got money.
Yeah.
Hey.
So B Cam has something to say about Kansas City taking a hit with unimproved tackle. I think they did sign a tackle today.
Yeah, he was the left tackle for San Francisco. He started. I forgot his name. He started a few times.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. They probably still going to draft him. Draft somebody else in that line. They gotta really fix that line.
Oh yeah, they definitely go in line for they're going to have to shore the line up after seeing what happened to them in the Super Bowl. I think line is probably the first thing on their mind right now, even despite all of the dumb stuff with their wide receivers.
That's true. That's very true.
All right, so for fixing the issue, I looked at a couple of those folks. So we talked about Jeffrey Bassa out of Oregon for linebacker, to help with the linebacker situation. So hopefully that'll be like one of the guys on the board, maybe second or third round. But, of course, we got Simpson on the roster already, and this guy he's got decent physical. He's got the physical attributes. He is the ideal specimen when it comes to his size, speed, but vision and alert and awareness, I think, is where he got to work on. Those are the things he has to work on. But there's another guy that the Ravens need to take a look at in order to replace Pat McCurry, and I'm thinking that's the guard Tyler Booker out of Alabama. I think they were talking about him in the combine, and he did well on his interviews. This is a mauler. I'm looking forward to having another mauler on the line. Like last year, I wanted us to go after Cooper Bebe, who ended up being a Dallas Cowboy. Panned out pretty well for them. But this is a guy who I'm like, hey, can we get another bully? Can we please get a bully on the line of scrimmage who is going to, not only get their assignments, but push people around at the second level? And I think that's Tyler Booker could be that guy.
I don't want to really draft I wouldn't want to really draft a guard in the first round, but if it falls that way, hopefully he's a person who will play, be a tackle in the future. Line balls of the day, but the first 3 rounds, I really want us to go in the trenches. D tackle. I'm not saying any order. D tackle, offensive line, and maybe other than that, maybe go after a safety to pair with Washington and Hamilton in the back.
I'm a little.
I'm not saying Kane or what's my man name from Maryland. That made it as an undrafted free agent, the free safety.
You talking about Bo Braid?
Yeah, not saying they can't do the job, but
I thought Bo Braid was like more of a thumper. And,
But, I mean, both of them. Well,
sorry, backwards. I got it backwards. Sanderson Kane is the free safety, and
Kane was the thumper. Kane was the
okay. Kane's the thumper. Then Braid would be he was the instinctive ball hawk.
Yeah, but and I'm not saying that they can't step up and try to get some run this year because it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're gonna go any place, other than if we can't obviously we can't get a corner via free agency, then we're going we should do it obviously in the draft, which is probably going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
But
So I was thinking in the draft in the first round, I wanted to go either corner or guard first round. I know we went corner last year, but it would be nice to see a bigger size corner to hopefully help with the size that we're gonna have to deal with from Pittsburgh.
well,
And
TJ Tampa is he going to be? This is his chance, bro.
yeah,
I think we got to draft the corner anyway because I think JD. I think he might be better suited as a nickel, even though he's tall and he's fast. But I don't. His physicality, as far coverage wise, it seemed like it's better for him.
okay.
To be inside, to be physical, opposed to him being on the outside. But he has the speed to be on the outside. So I don't. This is crazy.
Why do marathon
Yeah, they released him deep.
blood dope? Ooh, but we have never actually gotten a report of any NFL players ever blood doping.
Yeah, that's a real difficult subject. I don't have the research to get into that one tonight. But what I do have the research is from Ravori, is he's saying have the Ravens moved ahead of KC, and I'll say yes.
No, they not.
I feel like, sir, we got you. We got y'all now, man. Y'all got too many players out there racing cars, getting arrested for choking people out. Like you see it there, he's over here choking people too. The wide receiver choked somebody out.
Jersey all quick.
Oh my gosh.
Brooke, I'm still not trying to take people out.
So, but yeah, it is. Honestly, I do think I know we joke about this. We'll get into this topic a little bit later because that is a huge discussion about the Ravens moving ahead of Kansas City. But I want to go back to that discussion about that corner. I feel like this guy, 6'1" is not very tall, but it's still taller than the 5'10" burners that they have in the draft right now. And so we're talking about a skill set and the physical attributes. So we're talking height wise, 6'1" is decent, but the guy needs to go, like I said, to a buffet a little bit, eat everything at the buffet, go hang out with defensive tackles a little bit. Him and Zay need to go over there. But this guy, Maxwell Hairston out of Kentucky, he had one of the fastest 40 times out there. And I'm not an Al Davis guy. Let's go look at the clock, but I went and looked at the tape.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good.
He is instinctive. Geez, great reaction time. I'm sitting here looking at a faster, blazing fast Marcus Peters is what I was thinking.
He got good technique. He plays with good technique. I don't know how tall he is. I think he's around 5'11", 6 feet maybe.
No, they got him at 6'1".
6'1", is he?
Yeah, but he's 185 pounds.
He looked shorter than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and you can see he keeps that pad level low at the line of scrimmage, but once he goes up, you can see the length on this cat.
I don't know what he ran in the 40, or did he run?
Oh yeah, he ran a 4.28.
No, the one from Florida State, Thomas. I didn't see the whole combine. I didn't see when he was.
Did you see what the other this one cat I looked at before the combine, and this was one Darian Porter. Name ring a bell?
What school?
I messed up and did not write the school, but I wrote some of the attributes. So this guy had or some of the stats too. He's 6'2", 195 pounds. He had 18 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 2 pass defenses last year. He was on here. I got notes saying on defenders like paint. He had good. He's good on special teams. He was great with open field tackles.
B. Cam said he went to Iowa State.
Okay, and he said was not afraid to get physical. So he ran a 4.340.
This is okay. I know what this is. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Now I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
B said Iowa State. He ran I think he ran track for them too for Iowa State, if I'm not mistaken.
And I mean, the Ravens had a history of picking up track guys. Marlowe was one of those.
He's like 6'4", isn't he?
I got 6'2".
I know there's one corner that's like pretty tall. That's in the
Yeah.
like he's like 6'3", 6'4", at the corner that they have.
But you know how I am with the guys that are entirely too tall. They have trouble flipping the hips.
Yeah, they said that he's extremely good in zone. I don't know as far as his man coverage is concerned. I don't know.
Yeah, 4.34. That's what I had him clocked at, man. That's insane. These guys are getting faster and faster nowadays. And you do want to see, like, all right, what can they do on the different cone drills? Can they flip the hips? Because you can run fast like a gazelle. I think we talked about this last week too. You can run and train for this 40 time like crazy, but you're not lined up in a 3-point stance when you get to that line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, is it truly, their closing speed is what's going to matter when it comes to that 40 time? Like, hey, can they close on a receiver and make sure that they can come up and defend the play?
Yeah, we talked about Max Sadiq.
Yep. Yeah, we just got finished talking about Maxwell Harrison. I am a big fan. Honestly, you remember how I was like a big fan of big Kool-Aid Davis or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Harrison like that right now. I feel like that is our solution.
What's the
But
corner?
I think he just with that time that he ran, he just pushed himself into the first round. Looking at the top 100 from the Draft Network, and they have him. He's in the 40s, but that 40 time pushed him to the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We sit at 56 minutes. We'll look at a couple more comments or questions, and then we will go ahead and end for the night with thoughts of definitely meeting up next week.
Yeah.
And
got some good news to tell you next week, or good news to discuss rather.
Next week?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Usually, Ravens don't usually make a move until like the end of the week when the new season starts, especially if it's free agency. They usually don't make a move until the end of the week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. So what I think about when it comes to the Ravens is like, middle school, for instance. When you went to middle school, like day one, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, whatever, you came to school, or at least I did. So I'll just say my childhood. When I came to school, you could see everybody with the brand new Nikes, with the Jabos, the FUBU outfits. They was looking clean, probably spent top dollar on everything.
My mother wasn't having it. It was too much.
I went to Green Acres. Green Acres place is where I went to, but they, these kids was balling.
Yeah,
they're from the hood. They just had money, and I didn't. So while I came through with. They had the Nikes on, they had the Reeboks, they had the pump ups, they had all that. I had on the Sauconys.
Right.
And Saucony wasn't a good brand back then. In fact, nobody knew what Saucony was back then. So you got teased. And I was a little frustrated. So I think it's kind of like the Ravens right now. We see everybody else busting out the Nikes, getting those nice expensive DK Metcalfs and so on. And we over here, we got the Sauconys right now. People don't know about the Saucony and the value of the Saucony, which is Ronnie Stanley. But Ronnie Stanley put in that work. Them shoes lasted me from like 6th grade all the way to 8th grade. They were some valuable shoes. And we're going to come out later and we're going to do just fine. And so later on in my life, I'm doing all right. We got the house, we got the kids.
Yeah.
We blessed.
That's right.
And, the Ravens are going to be just fine later on down in the free agency, when that second wave comes out, when them taxes come in, you can go ahead and get the players that you need. And I think when those restructures happen, I think there was another Ravens podcast that talked about the Ravens being able to create $50 million in cap space. And the solutions that they pointed out were very sensible. They made a lot of sense of how they can create that cap space. Now, one of them I didn't agree with as far as the trading of Mandrews, whatever. I don't feel like we should go beef up any other team in that manner, but that was one of the options to help get to 50. But I'm like, okay, if we can get to 42 or something like that, or get to $38 million in cap space without getting rid of Mandrews, cool. I'm with it. That's 38 mil that we can use for other players. All right. So Brooke has hit the clock on us. Any final thoughts?
Nah, man. I just want us what I was hoping for, free agency wise. I'm just gonna tell you my hope. Um,
Right now, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
I'm looking at the highlights. I'm sorry, Porter. They got him listed at 6'4".
All right, 6'4". Okay.
Yeah. So, um, but sorry, going back to what I was saying, I'm
Yeah.
hoping that if we're not going to do it, we're probably going to do that part through the draft is beef up the defensive
Mhm.
line. But
Yeah, and I think the last thing we want to do is, go out of free agency and go out of the draft with Lamar looking like this.
yeah,
We
just
don't want
resign
that.
who
We
we
don't
need
want
to
that.
resign who we need to resign.
Yeah, we definitely want Lamar to be happy. We need to make sure we keep those guys signed and
I
good.
don't think we go. I hope we don't spend any money on another safety. I'd rather just draft and have him develop under us, bro. Every time we spend money on a safety, only one that's ever worked out was Eric Webb. Everybody else, they didn't work out.
Even
Even
Weather was still slow on the back end
they
too,
didn't
though.
work out. It was always something extra with him. Like
Hmm.
like Pollard, it was always something extra with him. Freaking um, Earl Thomas, something extra with him. Who else? And Marcus Williams, I think he was a good, he's a good free safety, but he don't want to tackle. And
And everybody keep talking
he
about
would
Malachi
tackle, but
Starks. I'm
he
like,
want
that's not the
to
biggest need on this team, right?
huh?
And so they're talking about Starks going to the Ravens at 27. That's not the biggest. Like right now, we still in need territory.
I don't. The biggest need, in my opinion, is just the trenches. That's in my opinion. I mean, if a free safety is there, I don't mind it happening because you have for the lack of, I mean, you have starters on the whole front four, on the defense. Do I
Yeah.
think we need to? I don't think Van Noy needs to start. I think he need to come off the bench, and you got to give somebody else a chance. I don't care if it's a Jabo or a Adisa Isaac to start across from Owe. And I think Owe's done what he had to do. So give him a deal. Like he's getting better and better. He had 10
Mhm.
sacks this year. Is
Yeah,
he?
I'm like you can pay this guy a multi-million-dollar deal, and I
Yeah,
mean, we didn't get to be second in the league in sacks
yeah,
by default. It
yeah.
happened because these guys went there and they put in work together as a team.
Yeah. But I'm saying if he's proven that he's gotten better and better each year.
Yeah.
If you give him his deal, he going to be the highest paid? No. You want to give him a 2-year deal? Fine, but give him something that he know that he's worth the time. You picked up the 50 option
Definitely
for a
not
reason.
highest paid, but
Huh?
definitely get this man something that shows him that we
Yeah,
appreciate
he
him.
don't need to. He's definitely not going to be the highest paid because he hasn't even made a Pro Bowl yet. So, but he needs to be extended if you want, and try to keep who we have. We keep letting all our edge rushers go, and they go someplace else, get a bag, and they show up. Judon, for example. I
Mhm.
remember everybody was like, "Oh, Judon is no good." This and that. Judon. Then Judon leave. Oh, why don't we keep Judon? What? I
Mhm.
didn't want him. Now you want him?
And I think Judon he also made an emotional decision based off of Jamison Hensley doing stupid stuff on Twitter.
It's
And I
not
like
just
I like Jameson, but
yeah,
he got into it with such a like nasty Twitter battle with Jameson that I think it kind of forced his hand. Like, all right, look, they saying false stuff. Let me go ahead and get this drama out of the way and go over here to somewhere where I feel like I'm a little bit more appreciated.
yeah.
All right, what does What Burke say? She said, if EDC doesn't do something tomorrow, I fear he's going to have armed guards at the bank.
Mm,
Ravens fans crashing out. So the flock page, like if we did a what the flock tonight, I'm pretty sure what the flock would be going insane on the We Are the Ravens flock page. And I ain't saying rightfully so because this is just normal behavior for
yeah.
Ravens
I
fans
just want
every
him
offseason.
yeah, I just want him to resign our players. Resign the players that we need. We only have 3 receivers in there, and if you wanted to talk about the future signings, whatever,
Mhm.
you can include Anthony Miller and Keith Kirkwood. You can include them, but I'm not including them.
Where's Dayton Wade? Is he still around?
I think so. I think he's one as well but they're still to me like the practice squad already getting the opportunity to get to they're not guaranteed to have a position.
Yeah,
You know what I
they
mean?
gotta come in the
I have
camp.
a roster count. You know, I have a
Mhm.
roster position. Excuse me. Tylen deserves a chance, man. And I don't want. I'm gonna be. Excuse my language. I'm gonna be pissed off. If he goes someplace else, and he show up for real, and
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, bro. We
I
have.
could easily see him going to Minnesota, being the third receiver there, and getting more time, more action.
He can go to. I see him going to Minnesota. I see him going to Dallas. I see him going a lot of places
He could go to the Raiders
and get a chance just to show. Like he's okay. You talking about you need a third receiver. That's your third receiver right there.
Mhm. Imagine Kobe Myers on one side and Tyler Wallace on the other. That's a solid combo right there. Jacoby gonna get his work, but Tylen's gonna make opportunities happen out of the smallest catches.
He's the most sure-handed catcher on the team. He didn't drop one pass, not one.
Yeah.
So,
B Cam says the second mouse gets the cheek, not the first one. He's talking about the different waves of free agency.
I feel you, brother.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense right there. You know, when it comes to all this big money going out right now, there's a lot of big money.
Right.
And I think I like the pause and the patience of EDC, because right now, guys who thought they were going to get paid in this first wave, it's not happened yet. And that value starts to drop a little bit when they go down to that second wave. And you might see a Stephon Diggs signing for maybe $7-8 million. And you're like, what? That's Stephon Diggs.
I want mine.
Second wave Stephon Diggs. We'll sign that.
Yep. I want mine.
Yeah. And I could see him come in and produce, because he's recognized, like, hey, I can be humble and go to Houston and still shine when my time comes. You know, but you got guys like Deontay Johnson who just didn't understand, like, hey, how to play that position, how to go in and eat when he's told to come eat and not fuss about it. I think Stephon recognizes how many times he's been there almost on his way to a Super Bowl and watching across the field with his helmet on as some other team celebrates the victory that he should have had. And I think he is hungry for a win, and Baltimore could be the place to do that if he decides to come on home.
Yep. You're right.
All right, so we are at the end here. Let's close it. And no matter what Cameron says about his controversial moments, the hot dog comes from many different places. There is no hot dog animal running around. So we'll end it on that. Let y'all know we love you. We appreciate y'all. You know, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. If you like the video, please make sure you share. Look for more opportunities for me and Cameron to look up and give you guys more information about the draft and more just having a good time with each other and talking here and building this community. Thanks for tuning in to the home of Original Sports Perspective, from our couch to yours. That's your couch rider Raven, my main man Cam Rue, giving 2 claps. Fade to black.
Peace.
Peace.
Introducing the Couch Rider Raven Report. Let's go. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. We gon' ride out. Ravens, Ravens, Ravens. Couch Rider. We gon' ride out.
For some of you Twitter gangsters, this is just a hobby, original sports perspective. You can't stop me. Couch Rider Report, it's reflective. Please respect it. You will get checked, and your knowledge will be tested. I ain't the coldest Raven, but this is my show. Shout out to the Barry White of rap for the beat, though.